What's up guys? So this is the Salomon Adv Skin 12 pack. It was my first video on the channel that I did the review on, and that was kind of more just an overview after I bought the pack, and also to show you how I had to fix the toggles on the side that broke. So in this update I'm going to go over kind of what I've found from using the pack a little bit more, and I'm also going to show you guys at the end some photos and some more in-depth detail on how I fixed the pack. So I've been taking this bag out maybe 2 or 3 times a week since I got it. I've entered a race at the end of the year and I want to get used to running with the bag on my back. So even if I do like 21k road runs or something where I wouldn't necessarily need a bag or need a lot of equipment and stuff, I've taken it along. So I think I've got a pretty good idea now of what the bag is good at, what it should be used for, and also how it kind of fits me. That comes to my first thing, and it's fit. This bag is one of the best bags I've had fit-wise, and obviously everyone is built differently, so you've got to kind of try the bags on for yourself and see. But the material that it's made out of and everything, I did have an Osprey bag before this, and I use an Osprey, I think it's a Duro, it's the larger one for mountain biking, which I absolutely love. But when it comes to trail running and road running, this bag is by far more comfortable than the Osprey one I had. If you guys are interested in the Osprey one I had, just for comparison, I'll probably put it in the description. But comfort-wise, and everyone's different as I said, but the Osprey used to get me around the back of the neck, and if I packed the front full, it would almost fall forward all the time, where this one kind of stays put however you adjust it and however you have it. So the fact that it wraps your body and it kind of stays put is a really cool thing. What happened was, and if you guys want to see the first video, I'll put a link up top here, so I'm not going to go too much in depth with what happened, but this bag broke when I got it, and these toggles are the ones that broke. So I bought the toggles and I sewed them on. Let's just go over it. Basically what happens with this bag is, if you look at the back, there's cord on either side. So you've got these 2 cables on either side that you can pull, and once you've packed your pack, it kind of cinches it down. So even if you've got maybe a water bottle in there, or you've got just a few extra things for a really short run or walk in the mountains, you can cinch it down and it's not going to bounce or move around. And that's probably the second thing I love about this bag, is that no matter what you put in it, big or small, it's not going to move around and bounce around a lot. These water bottle little sleeves that they've made, I think they've made them a little bit smaller than the last pack, and they've got bungee at the top which hold the bottle in. Once the bottle is in, it's an amazing system. But I haven't picked up the bottles with a hard bottom yet. I'm going to try and do that this weekend, and then I'll just write in the description, because I don't want to do a whole separate video on it, but I'll write in the description and see how I found it. But these soft flasks with the soft bottom, I really struggled to get them in there, and I did a race, it was that last 30k, it's one of my videos before this, but it was a trail race, and I had to consciously remember when I was running to the aid stations to unpack all my bottles and get them ready and fill them up, just so that I had some time left after I filled them all up to kind of shove them in. I don't know if it's like a little bit of OCD or whatever, but I like them actually fitting in all the way down to the bottom and getting this top over. And I have seen like a few videos where people just shove them in and they're kind of hanging out and stuff, but I think that annoys me a little bit. So I do try and fit them in maybe a little bit more intensely than everyone else, but I feel that hopefully the hard bottomed ones will go in and stay in a bit easier. I recommend this bag to anyone. It's a really good bag. It's the best bag I've ever had, and it kind of is quite far beyond the other bags that I've tried, and I've tried quite a few bags for mountain biking, for road running, and for trail running, so I kind of can speak just on my personal preference and stuff, but I have tried a few bags, and this is definitely worth the money, although I have a problem trying to recommend something that broke before I got it out of the car. You guys are just going to have to see for yourselves. Apparently the red and the blue ones actually don't suffer from this problem, and it's just the black ones. But Salomon as a company, and not that I expect them to see this video, they've said nothing to anyone, I don't think. I've got people all over the world that have sent me emails that I've helped out, and I've sent diagrams on how to fix them with a bit of a description in them, and I'll probably pop that up at the end of the video as well to help you guys. But it's just strange that a company making a pack that even professionals are going to use and race with, and they're going to have to rely upon. So it's not like your stuff is going to fall out if these side things break, but a nice feature is keeping everything compact and keeping everything kind of against your body so that it doesn't bounce around. And if those fail, your whole bag, these pulleys over here, these are all just going to be loose and they'll stay loose, and everything in the back is just going to jump around, so it kind of defeats the point. It is quite a big problem. I'll kind of go over in this section now, finally, just wrapping it up. These toggles are the ones that broke on the side here. Don't know if you guys can see those, but I will put photos up, and I might even voice over this piece. But this toggle here, so what I did is I cut this cord that was going through the original toggle. I cut it over there. I took it out of the toggle and I broke the original toggle off this little, there's a little flap over there. Then when it comes to sewing it on, I bought the new toggle. It's got a double toggle, and I'll put that up on the screen as well. With regards to sewing it on, the thread that you use is obviously quite important, and you might be tempted to just grab some thread out of your girlfriend, wife's sewing box, and I was too, but the thread that I used is some sort of heavy duty nylon thread. So maybe go and ask them at a sewing place or a haberdashery or wherever is close by that you can get thread from, just for something that will kind of handle the weather and handle the constant abuse. It is a point where you're pulling on it a lot, you're putting quite a lot of weight on it, and it's keeping these strings kind of tight. So you kind of want something that's going to hold up for a long period of time. Also suggest, if you're doing a big race or anything and you do this fix, you kind of check them. I obviously just check them from time to time to make sure they're not coming undone. Mine have never come undone, they've never broken, they've always held perfectly, and I've used them on and off for the last few months, as I've said. So if you do it properly the first time, I think you'll be fine. But obviously before a race, it's like checking your gear or making sure you've got enough water or electrolytes or fuel or whatever. It's probably good practice to also just check your bag. I've heard of guys getting to races and their zips break and they get broken down, and they've had to use like safety pins and things that they have in their bag to try and keep their bag shut. So you want to kind of avoid that in a race. So basically, after cutting this piece over here, I took it out and I sewed the toggle. You'll see there are 2 holes in the toggle that I got, and I sewed it around the bottom toggle, and you'll see the spring kind of closes the toggle around that bottom one. And obviously if the bottom one is shut, then the top one is shut too, and you want the tension on the cord at the top one. So you don't want to make your loop, I mean I looped it around and I can't even tell now, but a good few times, but you don't want to do it too much that it holds the toggle open on the top and the bottom. Otherwise obviously your cord is not going to get caught in the toggle. So that's the second thing I'd kind of pay attention to. And I think that's about it, to be honest. I will include the picture, and I'll kind of either just, this will be a voiceover and I'll pause it and I'll talk through the whole photo. But it's basically quite an easy fix. It sucks that you have to fix it, and hopefully with the newer packs, or if another pack comes out or they catch them at the warehouse, they kind of fix them for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it down below and be sure to subscribe. I'll definitely be doing other reviews. I've said about 1,000,000 times before, if there's any pack or any kit or anything you see me using and you want more info about it, then I'll pop my email down below, or just comment on the video and let me know. Yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good one. It's a great pack. Hopefully the fix works for you guys if you do end up getting it, and I'll catch you guys next week.